everybody. How are we? Welcome. It is Wednesday evening. It's felt like a long week already. I don't know about you guys, but it's felt like a long week. But we're halfway through. Which means we're halfway through our summer transfer recruitment special with Crystal Palace as we head into the Premier League. And those of you who are here on Monday will know things have got a little bit special around here. Welcome everybody, hope you are good. I'm going to itch my nose a little bit. There's a lot of dust up in the air at the minute in my house right now. We've got ceilings coming down today, so dust all over the place. And I'm allergic to dust. I'm asthmatic, so this is going to be horrible for me. You already know that occasionally I feel like a little bit sniffly and that during streams and that, but this is going to be like the worst couple of weeks. Just it all feels a bit horrible and a bit snotty and a bit itchy, but there you go. This is where we're at. We'll try and be as clear as we possibly can. I might have to start boffing on the old Albus oil or whatever, or some little Vicks inhalers, all those sorts. In fact, you know what? Let's do a little Vicks right now, right? Just so we can get a bit of breathing going on, just so we know what we're doing, just so we can talk through what we've got planned, because we've got a lot to do tonight, loads and loads of stuff to do. We're actually, believe it or not, we're in the 25th of June. We pressed continue on Monday. I mean, what a stream Monday was. It really, really was, because we signed an absolute superstar. Before we get into that though, let's have a quick look at this. This is the 2037-38 Premier League fixtures. Okay, fixtures have been released. We start our Premier League campaign with a derby match at home to Brighton. What about that? That's like a proper kick-off right there. So we're at home, and then we do Boxing Day. We're at home to Middlesbrough. We're also away to Brighton on the 13th of February. Finish the season, quite an interesting one, away to QPR at the Stan Bowles Park. That's quite a good one as well, to be honest. I know we say derby in inverted commas, but it's a big rivalry. It's a big rivalry, the Palace-Brighton rivalry. There's someone who will be able to tell us something as to why that is at some point. But for now, that's a big match, okay? That's a big match. Evening A15, evening the Arsenal, evening Frozen Luffy, evening Rajiol, Captain Zeep, Broad Sis, Fat Nige. Everyone's here tonight. Dan Gamer's in as well. It's lovely to see you all. Of course, everyone else who's just hanging and chilling in the background as well. Welcome in. You're welcome to just chill and hang out with us. We are not selling the cure at all. Okay, this is what we've got. Look at this. £80 million for TV rights. Finances. I mean, we're still 75 million quid in debt. We are nudging a bit over our wage budget. Transfer budget, we've still got bare money left in. But look at this, right? This is what we've done, okay? We've made some moves, okay? Technically, this is all out of last year's budget. So we'll show you what we've actually... We think we worked out we spent about 66 million, we think. And these are the players we brought in this month. Okay, so this is just in the month of June. Okay, so now if you weren't here on Monday, you might not know Manchester United got relegated. Okay, Manchester United are now going to play in the Championship next season. Okay, Sunderland overtook them on the final day of the season, and Manchester United got relegated. So we figured, let's go and swoop for some of their players. So we've signed Owen McDonnell has come in as a centre back or as a left back possibly. In he comes. He looks pretty good for me, to be honest. We've got him in for £15 million, £15.75 million. So not too bad. He's played at Man U all his career, bar one season out on loan at Plymouth. So in he comes. Experienced player, 26 under 21 caps. He's 27 years old, 6'1". He's quick. He can dribble. He can't necessarily cross, so we might play him slightly more as a centre back than as a wing back. His tackling's good, 14. His marking's good, 13. His positioning's 13. His teamwork is 16. His work rate is 15. Determination 17. Jumping reach 14. Concentration 15. Anticipation 13. Not too bad, to be honest. Should be pretty decent when it comes to playing at centre half, to be honest, or even at wing back if needs be. So that's the first signing in there. That's Owen McDonnell. We've also gone and got Nigel Grimes from Man U as well, who I think is going to be our new halfback, to be honest. Look at this guy. Love him. Love him. Bravery 18. Concentration 16. Marking 15. Tackling 15. Positioning 14. Balance and agility 16. Stamina 15. He's going to be working hard in the defensive areas of the pitch. He could play fullback if needs be, but his dribbling and crossing are very, very weak, so I probably won't play him there, to be honest. But I think he's going to be pretty handy to play in that DM role that was occupied by the chat, which we have to move him out this season, or possibly play with two players in there. Maybe play a Volante this year. We'll have to try and work this one out, see what happens. So Grimes is in. Grimes is signed for 18.75 million. We finally got Eli Correa through the door as well. Now, some people, of course, will remember Eli Correa as a striker we had a little look at before we signed Daniel Day-Lewis. 25 million quid we've spent on this guy. He's got what we think is everything. 18 for finishing, 15 for composure, 15 for acceleration, 17 for jumping reach, 18 for determination, first touch 15, dribbling 17, decision making 15. He runs with the ball. He likes to beat the offside trap. He tries first time shots. He should theoretically be a proper good centre forward. Daniel Day-Lewis was banging him in the Championship. We need someone as well. We need like a second player. We need at least either another striker to go 4-4-2, or we need someone who can sort of like try and compete a little bit with Daniel Day-Lewis. And I think Eli Correa kind of sort of ticks those boxes, to be honest. Formerly a Wigan player, but has played for Sheffield United, Middlesbrough, and of course at Hamburg as well. Previously 13 goals in 31 matches, and then 11 goals in 15 games the season before, so pretty decent, to be honest. And then we've also brought in this guy, Christopher Berg, renamed Christerberg, Norwegian wonder kid, 18 years old. Okay, it's weird how we got this player over the line. Signed from Bodø Glimt. We weren't necessarily looking for another right midfielder because, of course, we've already got one. We've got Aquino and we've got Murphet. And the scouts just sort of went, this guy's pretty good. And we're like, he is pretty good. And Paris Saint-Germain want him, and Real Madrid want him, and Inter Milan want him. And we thought, well, I mean, let's just put a bid in, because Wolves also want him. And Paris Saint-Germain put a bid in, and Man City put a bid in, and then Real Madrid put a bid in, and everyone else's bids got turned down, apart from ours. And we didn't go silly. We just sort of put whatever he was valued at. And Bodø Glimt just went, well, so give us a little bit more, a bit of like sort of some money in the future, and we'll talk. And I was like, all right, cool. So we got that over the line, and then we looked at his contract, and we went, well, we're going to give him 14 grand. We thought that was going to be on the low side, because of course if Real Madrid come in or whatever, then they're just going to up his wages to like 60 grand a week, and we're not going to get him. We thought, look, you know what, fine, we'll just put it 14 grand. If he wants to come, he wants to come. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And every other bid got rejected, and we ended up signing him, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, right? So this kid, 18 years old, he looks decent, doesn't he, really? 18 for acceleration, 14 for dribbling, 13 for corners, 13 for finishing. He can play up front, possibly. 15 for flair, 15 for determination, 18 for bravery, 16 for teamwork, 16 for technique. He needs a little bit more strength, but that's fine. He's only young. Stamina, 15. Oh, he could be something special, couldn't he? Wonder kid, model citizen as well. He's going to be good, isn't he? This lad's going to be all right. So we look forward to seeing how that is going to work. Maybe Bodø Glimt did have morals. Maybe, Dan. Maybe that was it. So that's what we've brought in. We've sold. Matt Unsworth has gone to Sheffield United. Rory Wilson's gone to Nottingham Forest. Marchand went to Club America to meet up with Paul Ward. Ocampo was one of our sort of like players we had out on loan last season. You probably might not remember him. He's gone to Cardiff. Ben Hall's gone to QPR. Dan Bell's gone on loan to Rangers. Andre Serra has gone to Middlesbrough for 6 million quid. And yeah, so that's where we are, right? So players in and out. Now, looking at what we obviously needed from last season, the squad now looks like this. This is what the first team looks like if we were to go right here and now. Strawberry Cream was one of our youngsters who was a renamer, so he's just gone out. Just £500,000 to Manchester United, so he might end up being quite decent. We don't know, but we figured we'd just move him out anyway. So this is what we got. And we should also say as well, we have signed Warwick as well. We've got him as him locked down on a full-term contract next season as well. So £9 million for Warwick. He's in. This is what we look like going into next season. And I think we still need a centre-half. And we're trying to get a goalkeeper. We're trying to get this guy in. Have a look at this fella. Humberto Argentino from Aston Villa. He looks decent, doesn't he? He looks pretty good. So let's see if we can get him in. And yeah, then I think if we can get that and a centre-half, I reckon we're probably pretty decent. Then maybe it's just backup players. Like if we can get a bit of space to get some backup players in, we do that as well. So that's sort of where we are in terms of going forward. So what do we think? What's our initial views? Do we look like we're sort of setting ourselves up pretty well, or do we look a little bit like we've panicked a bit? Because bear in mind, we still haven't got to the point when players can leave Premier League clubs and all those players just like sort of dip out of their contracts and stuff. Damjanovic is going nowhere. I think you've signed some good front men, says Lulu Booster. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Evening, Haladio. Welcome in. Good to see you. Monoret says they're good as well. Captain Zeke, when Chris de Boer is available, you sign him. That's where TJ haven't been in the stream for a while since he took over Palace. How's it been? It's been fun. It's been fun, TJ. Lots and lots of fun. Genuinely loving it. It's been like we've sort of like thought about it for a little bit, like, okay, it's like, do we move? Do we not move? And then we're like, no, we stay. We think we stay. You've won the Northern League. Yes, Monoret. Love that. Brilliant. Congratulations. So we might have a bit of a problem with Argentino. He's maybe not coming in just yet. At the minute, it looks like we might be okay in financial fair play so far. We'll see. Must have making a loss of more than 4.3 million. I'm sure we're going to make more of a loss than that, but never mind. Let's see how we get on. Back into the Premier League. Yes, we won the league on the last day of the season in proper TJFM fashion. Should also say as well, we've got a son. We have a son in the game, which I've never had before, so it's really, really interesting to see that happen for the first time. And he has absolutely earned the right to be Crystal Palace's youngest ever player, just off his own abilities. There's no nepotism at all, but this is what's happened. It is completely random. It's completely random. So it's been great though. We've got him in. Let's cancel that for now, and we might come back a bit later on in the window for it. And here he is. Here's my boy. Here's my boy. There you go, old Jonathan Jameson. Hello, Captain Fiddles. Welcome in. So there you go. This is the lad, 15 years old, born in Sunderland, just like his old man. Born in August 2021, so just before the game started. Obviously, he came across to Banbridge with us. So I'm surprised he hasn't got Northern Irish citizenship, because he'd have been there for 5 years. But look at that, favoured personnel. Tony Jameson, father. Look at that. Never seen it before. Promising attacking midfielder. He's gonna smash it up, isn't he? He's gonna be great. Saw me live yesterday. Where was I yesterday, Fiddles? That must have been like literally in real life. I wasn't on the internet yesterday, I don't think. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. No. So you may have seen me in the street, and that's very interesting. You should have said hello. So Gino's gone off to join CSKA Moscow. Fans not happy apparently. But to be fair, He's not gonna get a game, really. If by any chance you're afraid of getting fired, renew him for 10 years. Yes, yeah, we'll get him back. You know what I mean? Like, if he's off, if we get sacked, then we'll just release him. Like, be fine. Yes, no, yeah. We were live the other day. We do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays fiddles. So I think it was Monday that you were in the stream. So it's nice to have you in, by the way. It's nice to have you back. So here we go then. So we've got a recruitment meeting. Excellent. Let's see what we can come up with. Going. We think you've signed everybody. Goalkeeper might still be someone we would maybe have to look at as an option, possibly to improve. We haven't got a backup right back beyond Grimes. Defensively, we could still do with another player in there if possible. Yeah, some more hydrates on. Yes, that's a good shout. That is a very, very good shout, actually. Let's do that. Angel, of course, is still there. There's an interesting one. Let's put it in there. Let's take Angel down because we're going to put Grimes as the number one defensive midfielder. Ruhalt, we're going to look to get rid of. McNulty, of course, isn't even in the squad, so that's going to be strange to have him there. Matty Warwick. And then we're going to have the chat, probably. Or in fact, no, maybe Golubovic. Head of Vishmara. Biggs. Hayes. I mean, yeah, loads of players that are going to be there instead of the players that have been sold. You would think, anyway. Did you manage to check the squad registration requirements? It's 8 players who are signed in this league, I believe. We should be okay. Where are we looking for? Minimum of 8 players trained in the same nation for 3 years before their 21st birthday. So we should theoretically be okay, I would imagine. If we have a look on the registration stuff, I'm sure we're fine for that, to be honest. So we should be okay, I think. It would be nice if they gave you some sort of indication here in this to say, hey, by the way, you're not quite there. That would be handy. Right, Vishmara, we can transfer list. He's already on his way out. Batala is transfer listed. These are the players who are attracting interest. Lujek, possibly on loan, maybe. Murphy is attracting interest. No, we're not getting rid of him. We're not getting rid of Damjanovic or Golubovic or Z. None of that. Squad tab overview registration. Lovely. We'll do that. Right, let's just tick all these because I think I agree with all that. Great. So, squad view, overview, registration. Right, so if we start putting these players in then, as to who's going to be in the squad right now, on day one, without considerations. Obviously, some players will be able to be taken out because they're going to be younger. There you go, look at that. Loads. 13 already. Yeah, and that's before we start taking out players like Vishmara, who's obviously not going to be in, so that's fine. We don't have to worry about him. I don't have to. Youngster doesn't have to be registered because he's only, he's only 15, so he doesn't have to be registered. Goalkeepers do have to be registered, don't they? Yeah, definitely. Right. Yeah, there you go. 13 players so far. So that's pretty decent. That gives us a bit of movement as well if we need to. So yeah, decent, right? It's decent. Best confirm if we fill up the space and can't find next big signing can be trained anywhere. Yeah, exactly. What I like, and I thought about this the other day, what I like is that we've got 3 of our most exciting players are from Scandinavia. So we've got 3 very highly rated Scandinavian players, 1 from Sweden, 1 from Denmark, and 1 from Norway. So very happy to have like a proper Scandinavian triple in there. Luigi De Luca still playing towards his top of his potential. Adam Lewis, 105 grand a week. Need a flying Finn. Oh, you know what? You're probably right. And a cool Icelander. Daniel Kennedy, McNulty's 34. What we could do with is, if money becomes a bit more free, we definitely, I think we need a goalkeeper. That's probably the first port call, is a goalkeeper right now. A ball playing centre half we need. Have they transfer listed him already? They've only just signed him. 35 million quid already transfer listed for 49 million quid. I wonder if we can loan him next season, because that would be good. Because I keep forgetting that we're in that sort of like weird area of we haven't quite pulled through into the next. Well, we are in like the next sort of cycle according to the game, but yeah, we do need to very quickly think about. I tell you what, let's. UK and Ireland, France, Europe, Spain, Holland, England, and the Premier League. I mean, they're all kind of the same thing, really, aren't they? So let's take England off. Let's take England out of the Premier League. Take the Premier League off. Or UK and Ireland. They also seem like the same thing. It seems like they're covering everything that we need. But then I'm sort of like looking, going, well, what do I lose? Like, and also Europe and France, and Holland and England and Spain, they all seem very similar as well. Right. We need a ball playing centre half. That's what we need to be looking for. Financial shenanigans. We'll have to cook the books, I reckon, to get our next player in. So Evening Devil always welcome in. Pleasure to see you. Hope you're keeping good. Stuart Dunn at Norwich, 29 years old. Yeah, we need that ball playing centre half. I think we're going to have to be a little bit more defensive this season than last year. We will look at tactics as well as we as we try and sort of get everything put together, because the 4-3-3 that we were using last year, which looked really, really good, might be a little bit too cavalier for this season. Maybe it's just a simple case of dropping back a little bit. That might be fine, and we can do that. Wages, we're kind of a bit stacked up at the minute, Nige, but we can sort of shift it around. We've got 5 million quid transfer budget, so we can put that back into wages if needs be and do it that way. So we can wiggle some stuff. It might mean that we can't get a player signed in straight away, but we might still have players to sell, to be honest. Very good. Thank you, Devil Always. Very good indeed. Hope you're good too, by the way. Well, appreciate you being in. Let's get a bit more water on the go, shall we? Right, this is interesting, because £45 million for Damjanovic is a lot of money. 45 million is a lot of money, but it's selling him to the Premier League as well. I don't think Could we replace him for that? I'm gonna leave it hanging at the minute, right? So the questions we've got, I suppose, is we could theoretically, it's all installments. That's 23 million up front. Well, this is what I'm thinking. Aquino out on the right, on the left. Could he do that? Aquino on the left. He had a great season out on the right. I don't want to be instantly putting him out on the left. He runs with the ball down the right, so maybe we try and train him to cut inside. We could theoretically train Chris de Berg to go down the left, because we've brought him in to try and do that, really. We could do that. We could put Golubovic out left, because he can play there. He can play out on the left. He gives us something. Murphy theoretically could play out there. Could we loan someone in? The problem we've got is that Damjanovic kind of started to look pretty decent. Yeah. And I'm worried that if we sell him to Sheffield United, that whoever comes in doesn't live up. But then again, 23 million quid, how much of that are we going to get? 90%. So we're looking at about 20 million back in the coffers. We're not going to replace him for 25 mil, are we? All we get would be a goalkeeper. So do we sacrifice Damjanovic for a goalkeeper? Do you know what I mean? That's an interesting one, isn't it? That is a tricky one. Let's put some coaches adverts out as well. How unhappy is Damjanovic going to be if we don't sell him? He doesn't seem overly fussed about going, to be honest. He's not interested in joining Sheffield United. He'll enter the talks if we can convince him. So clearly, we don't have to sell him. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can just go. We can just go as normal. Like, it's not the end of the world. Maybe we don't sell him at all. Do we get rid of Dougie Freedman as well? I feel bad getting rid of Dougie Freedman, but he's kind of been rubbish. You know what I mean? Like, he's not really done much, has he, to justify staying. It's a bit worried that we're going to have to... everyone's going to leave as well, aren't they? Alright, let's leave all the staff who have expired at the minute. Let's just hang fire with them for a minute. Alright. Ike Brown. I think we can release Ike Brown, can't we? 22, yeah. Let him go. Andrew Wilson, he can go as well. He's League One standard apparently. He can go. Ronaldo Nelson, great name, but sadly not good enough, I don't think. Manuel Gilman, you can go as well. Yeah, I think if we can keep Damjanovic, I think that would be preferable, wouldn't it? It's one less thing to worry about. Left me a cup of tea downstairs. Hang on, 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Hello, welcome back. Right, the tea is cold, but it's green tea, so it doesn't really matter. So it's not that cold, but yeah, it's not like it's coffee where you have to have it like a decent temperature. Javier Marquez. Inconsistent. Gives the ball away a lot. Not really what we need, is it? Frank Bourgeois. Oh, that's a... You know what? We need Frank Bourgeois, don't we? Jumping reach 4. He's 5'5". Finishing 17. Determination 17. Anticipation 16. Vision 15. Technique 16. He's pretty good, but he's only like... He's 20, 28. I like his name more than anything. Leonardo Tossi. Last time I left a coffee, go cola, drank some beers, went, "Gah, what is this piss?" Yeah, that can happen. That can happen. Leandro Felida, instinctive goalkeeper. 40 million quid. He is better than what we've got. He is more expensive than what we've got as well. Sure, list him is 28. I don't quite think he's as good as the lad at Villa. I guess we've also got to consider our sort of like standing in the league, to be like, right, what are we thinking? Are we coming in to try and bring in some experienced players to fight to keep us in the division, or are we just sort of going, right, let's try and win a cup? Or is it, you know what, let's just do what we do, see what happens? I think that's probably the way, isn't it? Does he eat sushi before a match? 100% Bourgeois does. 100% he does. Diego Chino. On loan from Rennes. Wonder Kid centre half. Is that what he is he? As good as the Cure, apparently. Okay. I mean, if he's from Milan, he should be fine, right? 16 for jumping reach. Anticipation's only 12. Tackling 13. Marking only 10. Leadership 16. Long throws 14. Joel Legarec. 19 years old. Matthias Ruperne? Can't really pronounce it, so that's probably a no. Segunda, Snare, and Gagnarsson. Scouts are finding some good players. They're doing all right. They're getting us some players that I can't pronounce, which I think is also quite funny. Jose Jimenez looks pretty good as well. 5'4" though. 29. A lot of these players as well, though, of course, is that they'll have been players for the championship, so they'll be like, yeah, these guys are decent for championship, and they would be great for the championship. They're reasonable for the Premier League, but Michael Bayer. Seems decent. He's got more potential than Bigsy, Vishmara, Hayes. He's got more potential than Matty Warwick. No, surely not. Compare him with who? Captain Fantastic, probably. He's only a little bit more physical and a tiny bit better attacking. Finishing's very high. Marking's better. Hayes is a better passer of the ball. If his finishing's better than Hayes scores all manner of goals. How many goals is this guy going to score? Hayes has got better dribbling. Hayes has got better concentration. He's more of a leader. It's not much of a muchness. I think he's got better technicals, but I think Hayes is the better player overall, probably. He's up there, isn't he? Maybe he's worth the shortlist. Maybe he's worth the shortlist. We could definitely have a look at the potential and be like, yeah, you might be wrong. This kid looks alright as well. Jumping reach 2, 5'1". What's the point of you? There's no need to be that small, mate. Very expensive as well. Saita Harada. 19-year-old Japanese winger. Wanted by Juve and Bayern. This kid's got to be pretty decent then, surely. There's apparently, according to my scouts, you can't see it behind my head, but Golubovic has a 4.5-star potential. Damjanovic has a 4-star. And this guy has a 3.5-star potential. 6.5 mil. Wanted by Dortmund, Bayern, Juve. Damjanovic is better. Obviously, there's only 3 years on. 3 years difference. But Damjanovic is so much better in every department. I've given up on a keeper. No, not yet. Not yet at all. I'm having a little look around at things that are being recommended in this general scouting update. Just seeing who flashes up more than anything. But I think a goalkeeper is the next thing. A goalkeeper to centre half, and then I think after that it's just backup players, isn't it? If we can afford backup players. I can hear movement. Wilson Santos. Mehdi Moomin. Off the ball 15. Acceleration, decision making, determination. Fran Rocco Karacic. I mean, again, we say this all the time. We're in this part of the game where none of these players really mean anything to us because they're all new gens. They're all like brand new. So it's interesting to sort of learn them together, to be honest. Jorge Rodriguez, wanted by United, Wolves, Napoli, Betis, San Sebastian Sociedad, is that right? Leipzig. Third in the Bundesliga for key headers and headers won. 6th for passes completed. 10th for shots blocked. 11th for possessions. There's not much of a difference between him and the Curin, is there? He's at Sheffield United. Jorge Boca. He could be handy as a bit of a backup, couldn't he? Although, second most amount of cards in the Bundesliga last year. Might be fairly cheap. Injuries, though, apparently. Lots of injuries. Set a top priority focus. We've got that. We've already got that, don't worry. Already on it. Dow Mendes. Cyril Bourgeois. There's another Bourgeois. There's Leinster from last season. Still floating about. Gucec. If we can get this guy in, this will be great. Like, we need to see if we can get him in for loan. Or maybe if we can take this off there. Pay the £44 million mandatory fee. Don't know if we'll get him or not. Alejandro. Did he not move? Forget Cyril Bourgeois. Let's get Henri Proletariat. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. Is an 18-year-old goalkeeper the way to do it? Marzulli on loan from Atlanta. 2.5 star but 4-star potential. It's not really helping us, is it? Although second in saves held, first in Ligue 2 for clean sheets. Right, okay. So comparing with Kitazowski. He's slightly better. I mean, he's a better goalkeeper, but he's only slightly better, isn't he? Right, he's on the short list, but I think we need a 4-star goalkeeper if we can. If we can. Inaki Urata. Italians are expensive, sadly. They are, but they're usually quality, so you kind of get what you pay for. Although not necessarily here. This guy's pretty much, again, I don't know whether this is like a scouts issue or whether this is an us issue, but once again, we appear to have a player who's actually pretty good in goal. Remember when we had like Addy at East 5 and we were trying to find someone who was better, and technically there wasn't anybody better technically, So this guy's 6th in La Liga for clean sheets, 10th for saves held, 6th for expected goals prevented. He's already 90 grand a week. Yeah. Problems, innit? Problems. Big money. Geraldo Rosero. He's on nothing. 26 grand. Third in the league for penalty saving. 8th for clean sheets. Doesn't enjoy big matches. And we're out. Marcos Ruiz. Adam Chambers. Towering goalkeeper. 6'5", 29 years old. From Leeds. 4th in the Premiership last year. 163 saves. 4th for saves held. 5th for saves per 90 minutes. 8th for expected saves per 90. 10th for clean sheets. Wages might be high. $29. He's better in the air. He's not as quick. He's not as physical. Better communication. Punches a lot more than Kitowski does. Better handling. Better in the air. His first touch isn't as good. He's more composed. His positioning's better. His vision's not as good, so hitting on the break maybe might not be great. Throwing's a little bit better. Kicking's not as good. His jumping reach and his agility's better. And they're both strong right-footed, reasonable left-footed. £17 million. That's not bad, is it? Where did Leeds finish in the Premier League last season? He's finished second bottom half of the table, which is fine. Okay, he's to be considered. Michael Cook we like from Rangers, but can't see him coming across again. He's only 3-star now. It's obviously, this must be all of our proper goalkeeper lot coming in now. Darius Tolu, Negut, Fabio Verratti, leading championship goalkeeper. Alex Kane, clearly a young goalkeeper that we want, or a young striker, sorry. Lorenzo Alagona, sorry. 6'5", 22 years old. Could be handy. There's another player at United who's pretty decent as a striker. We quite like the look of. Dominic Clark could be handy. Maybe actually no teamwork, not brilliant. He's wanted by Sunderland though, so he would. They did stay up, so that would help. 25th in the championship for open play key passes. As much potential as Grimes, right? More potential than Grimes. Brad Clark, this is the lad. I'm quite like 6'2", 22 years old. So I think he's got something about him as well. But it's another player who plays down that right-hand side. Perfectionist. Might work out handy enough. Evening, Keeney. How are you, buddy? Welcome in, Bruno Azevedo. Reasonable. There was a player at Peterborough that we quite liked as well, who was this guy, Paul Kamara. Last season, report's gone now. Last season he was high up for blocks and tackles and everything like that. Because Peterborough finished bottom of the league, so he was involved in everything, absolutely everything. It's David Bilbao saying vision and passing. There you go. There's your tackling at 13. Can he play centre back? He could play ball playing centre back, couldn't he? Jumping reaches 7. Maybe he can't. And Tate Bilbao. He looks good, doesn't he? He looks fun. Technicals, vision's good, mental's good. He looks like he could partner Grimes quite nicely. If we played like a sort of like a half back and a DLP, and then a central midfielder just in front, he could sort of like orchestrate play a little bit. Really good first touch. Passing's decent enough. Vision's very, very good at 16. Determination, decision, bravery, anticipation, balance, agility. Jumping reach is shocking, but any idea why Basque Country players play Basque on your game? Was it just the way it's shown? Well, I'm not sure, actually. Pays Basque. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I'm not sure. It might be because, is it because of the skin possibly, or is it not that? Calvin Bond. Dribbling 16. Work rate 8. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it seems like the French way of doing it. Oh, okay. Possibly. Lee Evans. 15 acceleration, 19 agility. Stubican. Pripich on the centre back at Tottenham. Abu. We're almost getting through this. Ibrahim Singare. Even Reese, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. He might be decent enough. Costa, 19-year-old goalkeeper. I'm not sure we can really go with 19-year-old goalkeepers, to be honest. Victor Dilbert. Committed attacking midfielder. 17. How committed can you be at that age? Very by all accounts. Very high potential. Lee Evans is a comedian on a pitch. I bet. Yeah, I bet he sweats a lot. Does everything really, really fast. Izidi Poch. Fabio Schwadorf. And there's a name. There's a great name for a player. Right there. Francesco Ferreira. Matt Brown. It's just straight out to Matt Brown. Guatos Togneri. Paul Muller. The fruit corner. From Viacana. We looked at this guy, didn't we? And I think everyone just went, no, Tony, don't. He's wanted by everyone. Pereira, Jack Parry. Right. Okay. Some players on their way out. There we go. Look at that. Matty Warwick, confirmed, official. He is now a Crystal Palace player. Look at that. Happy to get that boy in. He was brilliant last season. He's one of those. We had that many possibilities for players of the season last year. We had Matty Warwick was an option. Z, of course, was an option. Stoke can have Vishmara, that's fine. Did we get a dessert for tonight? You know what, right? I thought about a dessert for tonight, but the problem is I've not trained this week, so I'm already feeling a bit sluggish. So that's yeah, I need to get some workouts in. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. So yeah, I need to do that. This guy was incredible at Huddersfield last year, so I wonder whether he's worth another little look at. 14 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 7.26. Just wired into a walnut cake. Would recommend. I love a walnut cake. No pies. I mean, Jord, don't go saying no pies. I mean, just making me sad there, pal. You know. You're right. I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't eat all that sort of stuff, that sort of nonsense. But as I say, now that I'm here, now that I'm like in this situation, going like, oh yeah, let's eat loads of food. Why have I made myself that guy? You know. That's the thing. Here I am, having a great time. Right, let's have a look and see who the big name players that released are. You really have to train to have a dessert. That's where I was going wrong. You don't have to. You certainly don't have to. But what I do is I eat a lot of desserts and I forget to actually do any training at all. And I'm sitting there going, I got a bit tubby. Why did that? And then Mrs. J is like, 7 trifles this week. I was like, oh, okay, that'll probably be it then. Is there a dessert you won't eat, or is everything on the menu? Difficult one to answer that one, isn't it? Is there a dessert I won't eat? I'm not, right. Here's the thing. A lot of you are going to get a bit upset about this. Some of you know my answer on this, some of you know my thoughts here. I'm not a massive fan of chocolate desserts. I'd rather have something a bit more fruity or tangy, or like, you know, I like a sweet sensation at the end of my meal rather than like a chocolate, because I presume I've eaten rich food, you know. So I feel as though when I get to the dessert, I need something that's got a bit of freshness in it, you know. Citrus over chocolate all day. Yes, exactly. Or if I'm going to go for something that's a bit sickly, then I want something like a caramel or a toffee or a sticky toffee. Essentially, is my go-to. But I like a tiramisu. You know what I mean? I do like a tiramisu. You polished off a chocolate pretend trifle the other week. I did, but even during it, I was like, it's not a real trifle, is it? It's not a real trifle. You hate custard, so trifles off the menu. Everything else other than things with nuts in. That's a shame. If you can't have custard, that's not brilliant. Meringue's a no-no. Oh, I do like a meringue, Holster. I do like a meringue. Lemon tart for the win, says Elite Clarity. That's fine. Key lime pie or something like that. That's pretty good. I had I had once. I had a deconstructed cherry bakewell. That was amazing. This in this like proper like lovely like fancy restaurant that me and Mrs. J went to. Deconstructed cherry bakewell was so good. Everyone seems very happy. Everyone seems very, very happy to be where we are, which is brilliant. I eat all the desserts. I don't like to discriminate. That's what it's about as well. You know, you've got to make sure that, you know, everyone's treated with the same amount of love and respect. So I respect that. The Arsenal. Crystal Palace have announced a new 4-year sponsorship. Excellent. Doyle wants to leave at the end of the season. Fine. See if we can move him out before then. Actually, you know, we don't want to move him out before then, really, because he's experienced. Like, we need his experience in the dressing room. Trifles up there with the best. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm starting to warm to a trifle now. It's definitely moving up in the world. Like for me, I was always like, trifle, really? But the more trifles I'm eating, the more I'm like, actually, you know what? Trifle's not bad, to be honest. I'm all right with trifle. Lemon tart, raspberry sorbet. Oh, raspberry sorbet. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Nicky Mann, Isaac Jackson's gone back. There's a lot of money to make that deal permanent. 35 million quid. We haven't got that kind of money. Nice to see Eze make the England squad today. I think I heard that, actually. It's very rare that I hear things about football, but especially international football, but I think I heard that. Right. See, the thing is, the reason that the move was blocked was because the board wouldn't let you move. So, where's the one that says the board said you couldn't go? Oh, there you go. That's it. Right. Okay, so you're happy to take values of more than what we blocked. This game makes no sense sometimes. I think £5 million is too much. Do you? How much do you think you're worth? I think 8.75 million. Yeah, let's do that then. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. 20 million quid for Eduardo. We're not going to be able to get him on loan, are we? £42 million from Hertha Berlin for Damjanovic. Nothing yet. He's a footballer. He's not good with financial matters. No, it's not. It's not quite in his remit, is it? Sports Mad. Mint Vianetta. Now we're talking Sports Mad. Yes. Elite Clarity not having mint and chocolate. Get on the bench with Dave Goodger. You and Dave Goodger go and sit on there. Some conversations to be had. I adore FM, but there's something that's annoying about how inflexible the loan terms are. Premier League teams want League 2 teams to pay 10 grand a week for an 18-year-old. I guess it's reflective of the finances in the in world football at the minute, isn't it? You know, you're not just going to get easy loans just because you're a Premiership side, like, or because you're a League 2 side, like loaning those players out. It's just not. It's not going to happen, really, is it? Akrami's on his way out. I don't think he's too much better than what we've got at the minute. Almost identical. Rather eat the bench. Oh, this is disgusting, isn't it? Look at this. So Z played brilliant last year. £20 million now, apparently. San Sebastian are interested. You know, no. Like, you know, fine, San Sebastian's interesting enough. I would rather play for Al Shabab. Z, you disgust me. Disgust me. I didn't think he was going to be in it for the money, but apparently so. Right, Eduardo's not happening. Apple and rhubarb crumble with ice cream. Pouring cream and a hot custard on top is elite. That right there. That's what we're talking about. That is dessert. Dessert 101. Anyone remember Viennetta biscuit? Asks Frozen Luffy. No. But talk me through it because it sounds amazing. Tell me it all in great detail. Great detail. Even Franco, how are you, pal? I'd eat the crumble, nothing else there. You're missing out. You're missing out. Everything's there. Having a millionaire shortbread Greek style yogurt, which is called light and free. If it wasn't free though, they'd maybe pay on the way out. Hey, there you go. Millionaire shortbread yogurt. Again, I'm on board for that. That also sounds pretty good. Still at work, not great. I'm just closing up. Oh, mate. That's not good, is it? Yeah, Chambers not quite as good as Argentino, is he? Despite the fact he's a lot older and he's bigger. Punches a bit more. Handling's a bit better. He's a bit more brave. He's not as much of a leader. His positioning's not as good. His anticipation's not as good. Humberto is very good, to be honest. Think a regular Viennette with a biscuit layer in the middle. Oh no. Now we're talking. I love it. Right, let's take Garcia McNulty off our shortlist at 34 years old. He's probably not one for us, I don't think. Still some decisions being made. The Cure doesn't want to go to Al Shabaab. Good. Right. Tactically, I'll tell you what, while we're ticking this through, because essentially we're waiting for a goalkeeper and a centre-back. Tactically from last year, what do we think we need to change? Is it possible to still play the same level of football we played last season with, very intense, high line? Can we get away with that? I don't know. A couple of knee ligament injuries, knee cartilage, knee ligaments, ankle ligaments, knee ligaments. Ronan Robertson, 21. Trying to give it a go out swinging at teams instead of standing off. We could always... Oh, hang on, what's our schedule look like? Brighton at home, Brentford away, Arsenal at home. Okay, so we might have to sit a little bit deeper against Arsenal. Then we're in the Carabao Cup. Then we got Wolves away, QPR at home, Villa, Fulham. It's not the worst introduction to the Premier League, is it really? The Arsenal game is going to be incredibly tough. The Villa game could be tough because they're sort of like Europa League, I think. 2 DMs, yeah. If we sort of essentially change it to something like that, which is what we sort of played around with a little bit, we can always move these guys back if needs be as well. Have them there like that. Maybe even go to the Oxford system. Have the DMs. Do you know what I mean? And either play like a sort of 4-5-1 with an outlet here, like which is a deep line forward. We might have to sort of like move that up a little bit so it's not a deep line forward, but then change that to winger on attack. So they just get out when they can. Central midfield on attack, gets away. Maybe that works. Do they play advanced forward or do they play? Do you know what I mean? So that's a little bit more sort of like defensive, isn't it? Yeah, so lower line, cautious, direct passing, get the ball out as quick as we possibly can, and away we go. That for me feels like the sort of the defensive way of doing it, but that's how we want to be setting up as much as we can. Try and get some points on the board, as you say. November, December are usually horrific. They will tend to be Chelsea, Derby, Man City, Liverpool, Southampton, West Ham, Newcastle, Middlesbrough, Tottenham. It's a bit grim, isn't it? Especially as well if we're trying to keep ourselves in the cup competitions. Because remember, we want to be in there. We want to be in those cup competitions and being like, right, let's make it happen. Against the big boys, drop the 2DM formation. Everyone else should be there for the taking. Yeah, that seems to be the way to do it, doesn't it? And as we say, if we can get a good goalkeeper in now and a good centre half, then I think we're golden. Edu, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Thank you for that. Welcome in the stream. Hope you're good. Stuart Dunn, we've already had a look at. Who's in for him? Middlesbrough, 14 million quid. 40 million quid for a 29-year-old. I know we're way down in the future, but that still feels a lot. You know, evening Barton, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Hope you're well. Right, suggest goalkeepers. Petr Gacic. 27 million quid. Burn from Man United. Carlos Rivas. Daniel Byrne, formerly of Crystal Palace. I doubt we'll be going back there. Oh, you got your Wembley tickets. Excellent. Excellent. Bet you're happy about that. Right, so no ball playing defenders. Great. Can't recommend any. Can't recommend any defenders to buy. Like, seriously, what are you doing? 2 34-year-olds. 3 34-year-olds. I don't know why. I don't know why we bother with Dougie Freedman. Really, like, you know, club legend, understandably, yes, but still. Marco Rose has been given the Manchester City job, not Danny Rose, which, you know, you may have considered. Let's see what there's. Cardiff Corries. Never seen the Cardiff Corries before. Cardiff Corinthians, look at that. Oh. Kevin Cribre. There's a job there. Dave Good, you're welcome in, pal. How are we? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope life's treating you well. Struggle to recommend anybody this time of the year till the season ticks over. That's a fair point, actually. That is a fair point. How are you, Mr. Woolhouse? Good to see you. How was Dave Goodger's stream? How's your season getting on, Dave? Right, let's remind these players that we're not going to go down. We can avoid relegation. We know we can. Okay. Premier League. Go. Oh yeah. Premier League. Good. Don't worry about that. It's all in hand. It's all in hand. We just slowly move things around. You know, just doing it at our pace. We're not rushing it. But yes, here we are. Just getting ourselves nicely set up. Got a couple of fancy little wonder kids in, and yeah, very excited. Look at this lad. Where is he? Where is Christopher Berg? Christopher Berg, as we've now called him. 18 years old, Norwegian wonder kid. He's come in from Buda Glimt. He actually got 9 goals in 55 games for Buda, and he's only 18 years old. You know what I mean? So yeah, happy to get him in. Once again in July, proper he'll start recommending some loans. Yeah, fair point. Looking forward to getting some pre-season games underway as well. James Katenge. He's worth a lot of money though, isn't he? Oh, not so much now. $14 million. Interesting. Stream was good. Did a bit of happy space. Just what the doctor ordered. Won the Super Coppa Italiana to compete with the Super Cup double. 2 down, 4 to go. Nice. Did you have to pay the ferryman to get to Berg? Yes, we did. I don't think there's enough, and this is partly my fault, but trying to get more Christa Berg references out of this is going to be really, really tricky. James Katenge, can we loan him? They want a lot of money. They want some money. Let's hang fire on Katenge, but he could be a backup player, possibly. He could battle with Maxo. Doesn't have a lot of hits, does he? Not really. No, Christa Berg, very, very, very rare did you hear Christa Berg getting anything done. It's not like you can do a Lady in Red. Well, we did the whole thing. We did Never Seen You Looking So Lovely As You Did Tonight. Never Seen You Shine So Bright. You were amazing. Many men asked you if you wanted to sign. Looking for a little romance, I suppose. That's all you can do. It's literally just go through the words. You know, so Lady in Red shout if he gets sent off. Yes. Absolutely, we do that. As long as he's not distracted by a Lady in Red sitting in the crowd. Well, who knows what Maxwell's going to bring for him? You know what I mean? I got a feeling that Christopher is the only man to ever rhyme dance with romance. Yes, that's true. Because the band is not called My Chemical Dance, which I think it should be, to be honest. More eccentric. Not sure that more eccentric is a good idea. Better positioning, better concentration. Slightly better throwing. Yeah, better throwing. Decent one-on-ones. Communication's better. Kicking's worse. Average is the same. Positioning's better. Christopher was born in Argentina, was he? We need to verify that, surely. Is that verifiable? Was Christopher? I mean, I don't know why I'm doubting it. If you found it, I'm probably going to go the same source that you found it. Yeah, born in Argentina. Santa Fe. He's 74. Unbelievable. Also represents Bargy Castle, County Wexford. Chris spent much of his early years in Malta, Nigeria, and Belgian Congo. Incredible. Incredible. Z's not going to Man United. 30 million quid, 16 million pound up front. He's not going. Reject. Hearts of Ishmara. There's Benevento. I'm looking back at Noah Andrews again. And I'm wondering, can we swap Batala for him? Malta, Nigeria, Congo, that's a nationality new gen right there. Kloppo in red, he's a Liverpool fan. Ugh. Ugh. Linesman in red. Evening, Jebaru. How are we, buddy? Welcome in. Talk about Liverpool. Jebaru turns straight up. How's Berlin? I presume you're still in Berlin. Hope I've treated you good. Go and drop Jebaru a follow by me if you're not already doing so. You should be doing that. You know. We're still in our pre-season. Of course, Jebaru, you're home. Oh, welcome home. For one of 2 nights. And that, to be fair, that feels like a lot, given how here, there, and everywhere you are at the minute. So you're off to Coventry tomorrow. Someone's doing well for themselves. Just giving a few bits of brags there. It's like, don't mean to brag, but I'm off to Coventry. So, yep. Life is pretty good right now. Yeah, the land of short slip roads. Well, Berlin haven't been relegated after investing 360 million euros over the years. They haven't. I mean, I don't know if that's Jebaru's fault or not, but possibly. We'll have to see. That's Alex Scott for Wolves on the FMT network save. Apparently, he's very, very popular, isn't he? On the update, according to FM, they've been tweeting that out this week, haven't they? Something like 3.7 million. Was it 3.7 million assists or something he's got? Or what's the new one? Goal contributions. That's what they call it nowadays, isn't it? Goal contributions. Jose Goncalves is apparently better than our other strikers, having scored 3 goals in 18 games. No, I'm not convinced. Ramadan Bekiri, available for loan, 20-year-old Albanian. I'm not sure how much he's going to cost, but let's compare him to the Cure, shall we? Alright, Cure is much better. But he's got better technique, and that's it. Work rate as well. Everything else, not so much. Tackling's the same though, 15. I think we shortlist him. I suppose if we're Premier League, we shouldn't be loaning other Premier League teams under 21s players, should we? Guess we're not going to get Nicky Mallon back, are we? Yeah, not going to come back. Richard Dunn used to have a load of goal involvements for Man City, usually his own net. That's true. That is true. He was pretty bad as a player, Richard Dunn. But if you asked anybody, he was excellent, apparently. So it's weird, isn't it, how it works? It's when you hear like sort of people go, oh, he's got Premier League experience. Well, that's great, but what you need is Premier League quality. Because Emil Heskey had Premier League experience. Ali Daei has Premier League experience. Boško Balaban. Makeda has a... Federico Makeda has Premier League experience. Despite Inter's bid, my client would prefer to go to Hearts. Excellent. Love that. Al Shabab want the queue? No, not at all. It's not happening. Callum in with a follow. Appreciate it, Callum. Very kind. Very kind indeed. Makeda was a baller though. Yes, yeah, for those 2 games when he was good. He was very, very good. Steven Gerrard's got Premier League experience. Yes. God, and don't they all want us to know it? Dong Fangzhou has Premier League experience. See, this is where we get to, isn't it? This is where we get to. Despite Cremonese's bid, my client's preferred destination would be St Mirren. Francis Jeffers has got Premier League experience. Yeah. Loads of really crap players have got Premier League experience. Quite a few Sunderland teams have got Premier League experience. John Joe Shelvey. Makeda's on loan at Apoel at the moment. Is he? For some reason, I thought he'd given up. I presumed he just had enough. It was just like, that's me done. He's got to Serie A chase, so understandably he thought he'd given up. All those players, all the Swindon players that conceded 100 goals, yes, they've all got Premier League experience. Don't right? No, we're not having Phil Jones in there, right? Phil Jones, I think, is unfortunate. He is. Sindri, Wout Weghorst has Premier League experience. Damn right he does. What a workhorse. What a workhorse. Yeah, no, I think Phil Jones gets done a dirty personally, because when he was at Blackburn, he sort of looked like a defensive midfielder, and he was put in a Man United centre in the Man United defence that needed something, and it was still in transition. And he's like Harry Maguire. He gets given a lot of shit for things that aren't really his fault. You know? I think he's alright. He's obviously got injured a lot as well. Injuries haven't helped. But, you know, you can't just instantly go, oh yeah, he was shit. He wasn't shit. He was decent enough. You know, but was he Manchester United top level enough? Good? No, not really. Ultimately, Springtide, 106 games and 36 goals for Panathinaikos. Isn't bad for a Premier League flop. Is that what Makeda's got, is it? 36 and 106. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. But yeah, he didn't, you know, he's done well out in Greece. He didn't do well in the Premier League. And don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that the Premier League is the be all and end all. By the way, that is not the measuring stick for how good a footballer is. He's done well out there. He's done very, very well out there. All right, we can't get him. Never mind. Noah Andrews is not going to come through due to wage issues at the minute. Queen should start, in my opinion. Knows the team, knows the tactics. Berger's just coming from Norway. Oh, it's time to ask the big questions. Well, look, don't get me wrong. Aquino is still the number one, right? He's still the number one. We've put De Berg here just to show how it would look with the tactic. But there's Aquino back, right? He's in. The squads are suggesting he's not as good. Take that as it is, right? It's one of those. We've got a lot to work around this summer. We've got some games. We're playing MN next. MN. We'll put some players straight back in. De Berg's just floated in from the Atlantic. He struck the Titanic. Let's have a little look and see what we can put. Biggs in there for Warwick, I think. Actually, Golubovic can go in. Biggsy. Let's see how we look, shall we? Batafemi Gomez has 36 in 70. There are some players that just hit their form, don't they? Greatest league in the world, you keep saying. I do say that, Jebru. I do definitely say the Premier League is the greatest league in the world. If only some people would listen to me and just say, yeah, you know what? Jameson is right. Maybe this is the greatest league in the world. Where else can you see? Bournemouth versus Fulham? Nowhere other than the Premier League. You just can't, you know. For a limited time only, you could see Southampton versus Everton. Maybe next season in the Championship, but that wouldn't be as good. Clearly, as Aquino's confirmed, I can resub protest over. Appreciate you, Barton. Thank you very much. That's 7 months in there for the support, which I genuinely appreciate. To us, thank you so much for that. Asne Novak. We like the look of Asne Novak, don't we? 17 for aggression, 15 for dribbling and crossing. Great name. Angry face. Jumping reach is very low. Flair, leadership, determination, all very, very good. We don't necessarily need a Slovenian winger, but at the same time, of course we do. We have to compare him to Damjanovic. And Damjanovic is all over him. Eden Rade, how are you? Welcome in, pal. Goalkeepers, what we need. That's the first thing we need to be looking at. Goalkeepers. Bring us a keeper. Bring us a good one. Gayasso. Marcel Robin, 30 years old. 30 is not old for a goalkeeper, though, is it, really? Fabian Barrientos. Where's the world reputation? Where's the recommendeds? Right. So okay. Gueg, of course, is the top recommended because he's incredible, but it's going to cost us far too much money. It could still be Chambers, you know. We could still go in for Chambers. David Tapia. Don't spend all your goalkeeper money. No. This is the thing. I think we goalkeepers is what we need. Any like sort of left wingers and that are all bonuses, aren't they? got to be a good goalkeeper in Colombia or something. Yeah, probably. Like, do you reckon? Should we ask Aquino to recommend us someone? Like, right, who's your mate? Who's your goalkeeper mate? There must be someone out there who's half decent, right? Scandinavia. There's always like someone out there. There's always a Scandinavian goalkeeper who's incredible. Evening, Vinny. How are we? You're a beautiful man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I do try. I'm only as beautiful as the chat that I keep. Is Challe still in the game? Wouldn't that be amazing if it was? Dimitri Period. 16 for one-on-one, 16 for reflexes, 17 for concentration, 17 for determination. Aerial reach isn't so great, so you might get quite on crosses, but £36 million. What about Leipzig? I'm trying to say there's a mid-20s keeper at Buda that'll do the job. Is there? No. Unless they've sold him already. No, there's nobody there, I'm afraid. Or just a random stab in the dark. Yeah, there must be a goalkeeper at Buddha. Yeah. I mean, statistically, Chambers did very well last season. Statistically, 4th in the league for saves held, 4th for saves, 5th for saves per 90 minutes, 8th for expected saves, 10th for clean sheets. For a mid-table team, he did exactly what we need him to do. You know, he's a little bit better in the air, tiny bit better communication. He's not quite as good mentally or as quick or as physical. He's 30, so bit more experienced. He'll punch the ball a bit more. He's better handling, better aerial, slightly more composed. Anticipation slightly less, sadly. Jumping reach is a bit bigger. His throw-in's a bit better, but his vision's not as good. So as I say, so maybe he might get caught on counter-attacks, possibly. I don't know. But it might be the sign. It might be the right one. That's a basic way of looking at it. Is it worth just looking through a few under 21s, under 23s, nationals to look at their players? Probably. My thinking with this one is that I sort of want to get a first team goalkeeper because Kluzek is decent. We obviously might want to loan him out now. I think he's only young. Kitowowski's 21, so he's quite young. So I think that if we're going to go with a young goalkeeper, we've got a young goalkeeper. I think if we're going to go with an experienced goalkeeper, I think that's probably better in the Premier League. That's my thinking. It might be wrong, and it might not be the right way of doing it, but this is how I'm thinking. Stream 12 of pre-season. Yes, Lama, how are you, buddy? We're you're not going to believe this, mate. We've clicked continue twice tonight as well. So we are trying to nudge our way through. We might even play a match, Lama. We're about to play one now. I agree. I think we need to be playing. Look at the full squads now. We need to be getting a starting goalkeeper. Look at the 33s, 34s, and when they retire, the young lads come through. Goyaso looks decent. Did we compare him though? There's much of a muchness, isn't it? Because we do have a problem with the fact that our goalkeeper is actually quite good, which is not a terrible problem to have. I know that, but he's interesting, you know. Click them twice unsubs. Yeah, I appreciate that, Lama. That seems fair, to be honest. If you're not following Lama's YouTube, by the way, do of course do that. And also, if you can follow the manager's seat as well, that'd be much appreciated because there's some incredible content out there. So go and get yourselves a whole load of information there. You'll love it. You'll love it. Matt Brown, again, is another good one. Teamwork's a bit low. Positioning's good. Leadership's good. Jumping reach is a bit better. 47 grand a week. We might be able to afford that. There's not really much in it though, is there? Scandinavian, Eastern Europe goalkeepers will be cheaper at international level. They will be. They will. And to be fair, what's another Scandinavian amongst friends? We could pretty much build a team of Scandinavians. Let's have a look at the Norway goalkeeper. Let's have a look at Sweden. See what they've got. Love this. They haven't even got a goalkeeper. Norway don't even have a goalkeeper. Excellent. Sverre Skorpen is a 15-year-old in the 21s. Class. They just haven't bothered with a goalkeeper this year. Excellent. That sums up the Scandinavian way. Just like, we didn't bother. We never bothered with a goalkeeper this year. Just slowing us down. George Samura. Lennon Skinner at Arsenal. 51 million. He is playing as well. That's the problem, isn't he? No, he's not. Interesting. Doesn't want to join. Fair enough. Bodo only had one player who suggested a league player, so that means not many Norwegians are going to come through, I'd imagine. I guess so. I guess that's probably right. Yes, Sims, my guy. How are you, buddy? How are you? Hope you're well. We're all very good. We're very, very good back here. We're just we're in pre-season still, always in pre-season. Getting ourselves sorted for season 1 of the Premier League with Crystal Palace. So very much looking forward to that. Hoping it's going to be pretty fun, to be honest. But yeah, how are you getting on? Where are you at with yours? I've not been in for a couple of days, so I'm probably a little bit behind. So let us know what the crack is. And if you're not following Zims as well, by the way, get on it. Get on it. Kaluden's a good signing as well, but he's very expensive as well. A 5th in the Bundesliga for saves. Again, there's not much difference between them. Like, I think Chambers might be the way to go. I really do. I think the Leeds goalkeeper is the one. Just for value for money, he's going to be less than 30 million quid, and he sort of does exactly what we need. Really, he's as good as Kitowski. He's better in the areas that we need. So he's better in the air. He's a little bit better in terms of one-on-ones and positioning, which is obviously what we're going to be looking at this year. So he might be the option. And he played decent in the mid-table Premier League side, which is what we are going to hope to be. We want to avoid relegation, but I reckon we're gunning for a cup. That's what we want to be hoping for. We want to be getting the Carabao or the FA Cup. Get a run on there, because it's unlikely we're going to win the league this year. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's unlikely. But we'll have to see. Who knows? Maybe Chris de Boer and a Queen will lead us to glory. Bought Brown for £11 million for Bristol to replace Grajic. Done well so far in the first 2 months. I like Brown. I think Brown looks decent enough. He looks like he's had a decent career at Norwich. We looked at him when we first took over at Palace, and he joined Norwich instead. Oh no, he refused to leave Norwich. They got Cooper as well, I think. Who then, of course, Cook, sorry. Which is why we ended up with Ben Hall. Hall was like our third choice or something. Zeke, Mrs. Gone to bed. I finally batched, cooked some breakfast burritos. Time to fire up FM and get some scouting done. What a night, Zeke. That's That sounds wonderful. I'm a fan of a breakfast burrito, I must admit. So, a bit of pre-season action just to get the players' legs going. Keep the tactic from last year. Biggs, Cure, Maxo. You're in season 12. Ah, got you. Penalty. There we go. Nice and easy. Cure steps up. Scored loads last year. Scores another one this year. I think he scored 5 penalties last season, maybe. Scored 7 goals all season. So, the other 2 goals I'm pretty sure were just like headers from corners. Aquino inside for Daniel Day-Lewis. Hayes. Oh, off the underside of the bar. Grimes picks it up. Z over the top. McDonald's on a 6.5 debutant. Grimes 7.2 debutant. Playing very well. Got a mad promotion bump with Watford beats Man City in the second game of the season, hoping for the same from us. That would be good, wouldn't it? We'd love that. Question, did Coventry get promoted in real life? Not yet. They haven't, rather. The playoffs final is on Monday. Well, the League 2 playoff final is on Saturday. The League 1 playoff final is on Sunday. The Championship playoff final is on Monday. So it's Coventry versus Luton, which is going to be a lot of fun because it's the playoff final that the Premier League didn't want, I think. Can't imagine the Premier League saying, oh, you know who'd be great in the Premier League? Coventry or Luton. So I like that. Championship is Saturday. No, surely not. I thought Championship was Monday. I mean, if it is, I mean, not that it matters. I'm not going. So Mills, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Yeah, I'm not going. So I guess it's not a problem. I was led to believe it was Monday because it's always the. I always thought it was the bank holiday Monday. Yeah, date 29th of May. Yeah, Monday. That's right. Anyway, yeah, Championship's the bank holiday again. Right, let's bring Chris de Boer on for Damjanovic. He can go out on the left, Barton. He'll play him out on the left. See how he gets on. Eli Correa can come on for Daniel Day-Lewis. Jonathan Jameson can come on for Biggsy, I reckon. Try that. Monday, I know where I'll be. Well, Monday, you won't be at the Championship playoff final, Barton, unless that's where you are going. Well, sure, as a Sheffield Wednesday fan, you wouldn't be going to the Coventry Luton game, right? Surely. Oh, Monday, you'll be in the Championship, is where you'll be. Following promotion at the League 1 Championship playoff final the night before. League 1 playoff is Monday. Okay. I mean, I'm confused because the date's definitely Monday on the internet, but if you've got tickets for a Monday again, then I guess that could explain a few things, but as I say, ultimately it's not a major concern now. I don't have to get a ticket. And do you know what was really gutting about the whole experience as well? I've been led to believe I could have had a ticket. Yeah, a source that I was going to approach for a ticket was just like, yeah, I could get you. Yeah, we could get you one. It's like, oh, bugger. Well, never mind. It's better to lose in the semi-finals than the final. Especially when it comes to the Premiership. Sky has it Saturday. I know people are going on Saturday. Oh, fair enough then. It'd be great if they turn up and it's like, everyone's sat there going, yeah, here we go. And it's like, this seems to be the wrong game. Gotta love that Tony FM calamity. Yeah. Who can get me a ticket? I can get you one. Good. Is the game taking place? No. Right, excellent. To be honest, it was very much me trying to chance my arm. And it was like, yeah, that could have worked. I was like, oh, interesting. But it's easy to say it could have worked when you don't need to get the ticket, isn't it? Hayes with the ball through. Correa. Oh, look at that. That's what we want. Captain Colossal with the ball over the top. Correa looking very, very assured. Nice touch. Round the keeper. Easy finish. Easy finish. What a pass. What a pass. Beautiful. It's only 2-0. 66% possession though. Tell you what, Aquino, we'll rest Aquino now because he's having a great time. Let's put Golubovic out on the left. Grimes is tiring. Somebody, the chat can go in. See how he gets on. Callum Doyle can go on as well for the cure. There you go. Just freshen people up a little bit. Found a key who's asking for moon money. Palace is still in the Championship though on the database, so maybe it wouldn't be so big with the Premier League reputation. Who have you found, Zeep? Who have you found? I'm intrigued. If it's Guek, he's at Paris Saint-Germain. He was on our shortlist when we were in the Championship, but he went to Paris. We can get him, but it's 45 million quid. Which is money we don't have at the minute. Hayes over the top. There's Christopher through. Tony didn't want to trip back to the 90s for 90 minutes to see what the 90s team was hitting back in the Premier League football. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm glad we haven't been promoted. That's the thing, because it's fine. You know, we can go back and chill in the Championship again. It's great fun. Mexico goalkeeper playing in the Middle East, so maybe he'll want ridiculous money anyway. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. We'll have a check. Is he Mexican? Is he the Mexico goalkeeper? Is he Humberto Garcia? He's playing at Fulham now. Keeper called Lira. Humberto Garcia seems very good. He's very expensive though. He is definitely better. Okay. There you go, Jose Lira. 19 years old. He's at Bayern Munich on 200 grand a week. Jesus. Yeah, he looks handy, doesn't he? That lad there. He looks pretty good though, man. Zeep, you're right about that. That is a spot in it. Garcia, very eccentric. Only 11 for eccentricity, not too much, but more than what we've got so far, I think. Company's gone to Bayer Leverkusen after being sacked by Man City on this game. Just take Dan Purdy. Yeah, because he's got judging ability and potential is what we need, isn't it? Get the best you can. That's what we need to do, isn't it? Do I need to get on and find a goalkeeper? Right, let's do it the easy way. Right, Uruguay. Okay? Uruguay goalkeeper. Actually, there is one. There is a goalkeeper from Uruguay. Nahal Alvarez from Manchester United, and he is good. He's as good as what we've got. Luca Belligieri is at Fiorentina. His throwing's better. His handling's better. Communication's better. His aerial reach isn't as good. He's more brave. He's better concentration. His positioning's better. 2-footed. Likes big matches. Wanted by Celta Vigo, Villarreal and Newcastle. 11 million quid maybe? Could be easy. Could be decent. Scouting malarkey's easy, yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. I think once we found the method of buy Aquino and then just buy players like Aquino, then it becomes very, very simple. So yeah, I maybe need to do a bit more about that, don't I? Where is he? Why is he not in the national team though? He's Uruguayan, isn't he? Sure he is. Jose Villa was the lad that we looked at as well, wasn't it? £16 million. Was that him? Or Marco Letts? He looks handy. Who was the lad that went to Stoke? Where's Renford? I don't know if Renford's going to get in the team, but we can have a look at him. There's Alberto Aquino. Why is it not showing up that he's my player? Renford, Raspberry, South Shields, get in. 10 goals in 44 games for him. Top man. Top man. Biglieri. Gone to Brighton, sadly. 96 million quid. 14 million. Whoa, we've missed out there, haven't we? I think we missed out. Raspberry's made the big time. Gets himself like proper starts all the time. Brentford have offered us a job interview. Interesting. I don't think Brentford are going to be much better than us in the they finished up to the 4th round of the FA Cup. 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. They had the sort of start that I would have. I don't think Brentford's the team for us, is it? Really? I think we say thanks but no thanks. Just go, it's really nice to be considered, but I don't really think that this is a good idea. How are we going to win the league with them? No, of course we're not. Of course we're not. It's not even going to be anywhere near as. I don't think they're even going to be. 16th last year. I don't think we're going to finish any finish higher than we will with Palace. So, no, we don't need to be going to Brentford. It's very nice of them to come and have a conversation, but nah, not for us. Not for us. I mean, their goalkeeper's good, but apart from that, we don't really need to do anything else, do we? I'm very impressed with your great performance at Crystal Palace. I mean, that's really nice, but we're not bothered. Thank you very much. They haven't got Chris to burn. They haven't got the cure. Again, there's your answer right there. Isn't it? Like, it's nice to be considered, but no. And Jelly Deal seems to be attracting a bit of interest, so maybe we move him up into the senior squad as well. Get that extension on there. Why did you decline the Brentford interview? We're interested. We're happy where we are. We're happy. There's no need to move, is there? Miles Hanley from Stoke. Oh, he's very good. He's the wonder kid goalkeeper, isn't he? I believe. Where is he? Already on the short list. Yeah, 18, 6'6". I'm sure he's a wonder kid. Yeah. 20 million quid. Better communication, better distribution, slightly more eccentric. Not as good physically, but then again, he is only 18. Punches the ball more. It's more aggressive. Anticipation's better, positioning's better. How much do they want? Yeah. He's good at organising his defence, apparently. He's not interested in a move. He's a bastard and he's not interested in a move. I think we go with the Leeds goalkeeper. I think. We go here. I think 18 for aerial reach. Leadership I'm worried about, though. That's only a 9. How much is this guy interested in? 60 to 80 grand a week. Or what about the lad from Man U? 29 years old. He's only 5'11". Alvarez is slightly better, they reckon. Alvarez likes big matches. Technically, attributes wise, Alvarez is slightly better. Positioning, teamwork, decision making, concentration, bravery. He did get relegated last season. $85 to 120 grand a week. That's your problem, innit? That could be that's a lot of money. 5'11", small for a goalkeeper. Oh, 120 grand is very expensive. I don't know. Slim pickings on affordable goalkeepers. Oh, 100%. Like as it is in real life, I suppose. Really, you need to try and sort of like work out. Okay, where are the good goalkeepers in real life, and how much do they cost? They're very expensive, aren't they? That's the problem. Not expensive for a decent goalkeeper. It's not, and that is fair. That's not that expensive, but we haven't got that kind of money now. That's the problem. We've got £5 million left in the transfer budget. We're over our wage budget, so we are struggling. Even if we try and sort of like adjust things around, we're not going to hit that wage really. So we're sort of a bit up against it unless we can move some players out still. There are a couple of players that we could do with trying to shift off if possible. Vishmara, for example, we're still trying to get him moved off. Where's Rualt? Can we loan someone from Barca B? We could do. I mean, I guess the thing as well, I'm saying, as I sort of alluded to earlier, was we could loan a young goalkeeper in, but we've already got a young goalkeeper. It's that thing, isn't it? We've already got a young goalkeeper. We kind of want to get someone that's going to be a good goalkeeper. We've still got Vishmara because nobody's signing him, and we tried to sell him for £4 million, and the game blocked it. Gabriel Slanina is at Chelsea, 100 grand a week wages, not for sale. So we can't get him. That's a good shout that you're on. Getting out to the US. Diego Cocken. Don't know anything about him, sadly. Yeah, nobody in the Steven Stewart at Hamburg. Jack Acosta. Haven't got wages to offer for a good goalkeeper. Not at this time. And there's only Buffon. Yeah. There we go. Everton have made an offer for Vishmara. £5 million. That'll be a start. But Challe we're trying to offer out as well. Challe's 13 million, but it seems as though it's very much only loans that teams are interested in. Yeah, Lawrence White's a little bit good, but at 200 grand a week and just being awesome, we're not going to get anywhere near him. I suppose Sam Jones is the other one we can possibly look to try and cash in on, isn't it? 16 million quid. I think we've managed to sell all the backup players, really, haven't we? As things stands, no one considers a move for Sam Jones viable. Benevento don't. Can we swap him for Noah Andrews, maybe? Right, that's not going to happen. take him off because he's been from when we were floating around before. Novak. Tell you what, is there any goalkeepers? And I think it was mentioned in the chat previously. Is there any goalkeepers who are unattached? Who might be interested? No, is the answer. I guess we probably imagined that, to be honest. Okay, fine. Anyone's listed? Right, Guek, okay, fair enough. Guy Macunia. Kimi Putney? No. Look at the goalkeepers on loan then. Zach Jones at Lons. Morgan Shankland. Nemo Tashka. I think we're going to be a bit stumped, which is fine, because the game shouldn't be easy. The game shouldn't be easy. We shouldn't be able to just click and go like, oh, look, there you go, we'll just do that. That'll be easy enough. Get that one sorted. Bang, away we go. It shouldn't be simple, so I quite like the fact that we're sat and scratching our heads a little bit. Because when we do get the right player, we'll be laughing. We'll be like, get in. Finally got the right one. You know, I think recruitment so far has been very good. This summer. Casper will be fine to keep you up. Probably. It might be. I mean, let's be honest. We're gonna be battling to stay up. So it's not like we're gonna be sort of like nice and easy. But yeah, he's gonna be there or thereabouts. He should be fine. He's not gonna be the worst goalkeeper in the world. Clip that, of course. Feel free to say that when he inevitably concedes me 62 goals in the first 3 games. And then we're sat scratching our heads going, what went wrong? But yeah, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. Mark South Thomas. That's all the traits. All the player traits there, isn't there? Badiola. Tofrada. Leo Demlet. Attacking midfielder. 28. It's not really getting much. I don't really get the hype. Mazinho, Brazilian from Dortmund. 39 million quid. Could be available on a loan though. Work rate's not very good. Schwadorf though. Schwadorf's available on a loan. 19 million quid. Fabio Schwadorf. 6'4". Needs to be more consistent. Needs to improve his marking. Right, we don't need backup players just yet, so let's not think too much about that. Edward Carstens we looked at previously. We quite like him. He plays at Leipzig. But then There was the other guy at Bilbao in it. Bilbao's better. But again, not right now. Artem Kuzmechev, Russian wonder kid. I don't think ethically we can sign a Russian wonder kid, can we? He looks like he's going to be pretty good, though. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. He's going to end up being pretty good. We'll keep our eye on him just as the game develops, but maybe not one for us. Josemi Tur. Is he another defensive midfielder? Bravery, balance, teamwork, technique, passing. Not so much tackling, though. Jorge Palanzo. Again, lacking that tackling. Tackling of 4. As he plays slightly higher up, that's probably why. Cordillo, attacking midfielder, Vulamin. Kelic. Then 32-year-old Tyler Fredrickson. Was he gone Calvez? Oh, he's gone to West Ham now, has he? Okay. Dylan McCourt. Desiree Doué. What a name. What a brilliant name. Benfica, Firenze, Sporting. Then PTM. Blackburn want Angel again. I mean, I sort of feel like Angel just isn't gonna cut it. Oh, Rangers have tried to sign Espenberg. Villarreal want Alvarez. Let's try and make a bid for him, shall we? We might not be able to get there, but we'll certainly try. Luzek's on quite a bit of money, isn't he? Golubovic, 58 grand. Jesus. Hal Roberts, 16 grand. 58 grand for Golubovic. What on earth was I thinking? They did come in from Bayern Munich also. Yes, there is that. Right, recommend me a signing, Dan Purdy. And let's see what Dougie Freeman can come up with. Still Gayasso. Marcel Robin. 30-year-old Dutch goalkeeper playing out in Saudi. Do we look to save him? £150 grand a week. No, he's staying out there. He's staying out there. It's not one for us. Okay, let's go Benfica. Let's see what we can do against Benfica, shall we? Estadio de Luz. Look at that. 4-4-2. Naga. Oh, it's going to be all the old boys, isn't it? Is that the little Japanese ball we had? It is. It's Naga's back. And they should have... Who was the lad we had at Huddersfield? Who we thought, oh, he'll be brilliant. And he just never scored. But he should have been incredible. Not Naga, the other one. Doesn't know he's playing though. But you know who I mean, though, right? Paul Ward. Not Paul Ward. Chen Chu with a header. This is just a holiday home version of the Stadium of Light. Yeah, 100%. It's a great ball, isn't it? Good header. Paul Warhorse. yeah, we sold him to Greece. To a club in Troy. Bigsy in for Daniel Day-Lewis, turns and shoots straight at the defender. No, he was, what's he called? He was the I'm gonna have to click on the club in a second, aren't I? I think he plays for Wimbledon in real life. Oh, good effort. They've been at Huddersfield for like 10 years, and we're like, oh, he's supposed to be the playmaker, but he just didn't create as much as we were hoping for. Oh, off the bottom of the post. Bigsy. Grimes. Has a look up. Maxo. Just gave up. Maxo just went, nah, mate, I've got a stitch. Maxo picks it back up. Grimes ran out of beer, yeah. Maybe he's sobered up. That's the problem. He's just like, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I shouldn't be out here. Sorry, lads. Queenie with the ball in. Maxo. So I suppose we have to always ignore the actual results of these sorts of friendlies. Look more about the performance. Try and work out how we play against a better quality opposition. And at the minute, we're looking pretty decent. I think that's offside though, to be honest. Yeah. I'm going to shout your beers here. Blood's mostly Zambuca, give him a break. I think that's a fair point, isn't it? I'm amazed he's turned up. You know, there's no need for him to really be here, is there? If anything, the game's just interrupting his holiday. We weren't even meant to go to Portugal, just he was there, so we figured we might as well put the training camp there, so at least there's a chance he's there. What about that? Beautiful, beautiful. Bigsy with the ball to Aquino. And Aquino, smart as a dart, inside for Daniel Day-Lewis to tap in. 1-1 against Benfica. This is the full-strength Benfica side again. Of course, it's the same as when we beat the full-strength Man U side. But, we beat them with Oxford or Huddersfield? I think it was Oxford. Daniel Day-Lewis, Aquino. Actually, no, it was Huddersfield, wasn't it? Bigsy, great ball. Damjanovic. Back inside for Hayes. Double save. Love that this reality Crystal Palace basically revolves around a gigantic piss head. Yeah, and two more Scandinavians. One Scandinavian who's named Christopher. Full strength Spurs or Huddersfield. It was Man United with Oxford then, wasn't it? Yeah. Smashed them. Absolutely destroyed them. Daniel Day-Lewis. Did we play Celtic as well at some point? Maybe we play Celtic. Notice all my players' attributes are on the downward trend. Any suggestions from getting to improve rather than dwindle? Training, Decky. That's the way to do it. Or look at their ages as well. If they're starting to get near their peak, then they will start to trend down. But yeah, training's the way to do it. Get on some good schedules, and then you can hopefully up those things. But it doesn't always work. But that is a way of fixing it. Man United had a very strong Celtic side at Huddersfield. We had a good Huddersfield side, didn't we? We enjoyed managing there. That was fun. I think the majority of the teams we managed have been fun. East Fife less so. That wasn't great, but we left them in a better position than we found them. Dungannon was definitely not fun. That was horrific. We did win a cup, but it was like 15 games of let's get in there, win a cup, and get straight back out. We were like, It's the only club we've resigned from, isn't it? Been like, nah, enough of this. This is rubbish. Bye now. They're all fairly young. I've left on the default schedule. Anything particularly you'd recommend? I guess you need to look at what their downward arrows are in relation to be honest. Like, because without seeing what the players look like, you won't really know what to improve. So you need to get yourself a good youth coach, a good head of youth development. You need to get some good youth facilities. Again, it's going to depend upon where you're managing. Like, if you're managing in like the lower leagues, then your facilities probably aren't going to be as good as those in the top division. If you're at the top division, then yes, you would expect them to be doing better. So it's kind of all like a bit of a there's no one size fits all answer really. But yeah, look at the things that you think the club need to improve on. Like, so if you want to do things like making sure all your players are fit, you want to be doing like some endurance training and stuff. You want to get them stronger, you do strength training. If you want to do max tactics, get them all on board with that. Team building is always handy, but for individual training, sometimes you can just look at actual positions rather than anything else. It's another goal disallowed. Yeah, it's kind of exactly it. It's exactly it, isn't it? Look at what's going down and train them in that. Yeah, and there's certain things that will go hand in hand. Like, if you're doing loads of strength training, then the chances are your player's speed might deteriorate a little bit because they're a bit heavier now. There's Naga with a goal. We should celebrate that, really. I know we're 3-1 down, but I think we haven't looked too bad against Benfica. We've pushed on a lot. Look at that. They've only had 2 shots. How's that even possible? We've seen Scotland break 2 already. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Scotland's difficult. Managing Derby. Okay. Again, it's quite difficult because it's quite a sort of like catch-all question, really. Like, all my young players' attributes are going down. I mean, they won't all go down. They rise up during the season as well. So it's not like you won't just get it once and that'll be it. Like, they will go up as well. We have had 2 goals disallowed, yeah, Franco. So technically it's 3-3 against a full-strength Benfica. So I would say we're as good as Benfica. Really. Oh, as Grimes makes it 3-2. We've got Krista Berg sat on the bench as well. And it's like, do we give him a run out? Aquino's on an 8.2. Killing it. Try a lot of the overall training schedule for general training. Yeah. Warwick, Aquino. Oof. Nearly turns it in. Daniel Day-Lewis can come off for Eli. McDonald and Z's having a bad one. I think McDonald doesn't like being the ball playing defender, sadly. But we don't have much choice at the minute. Zeke Jones. Right, Aquino's knackered, so he's coming off. Right, Krista Berg's going on. Naga with the free kick. Great double save. Wait, Palace losing to Benfica. This sounds like the 90s as well. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's not dreadful just yet. We're going to be all right. Maxo, Jameson, Correa, Berg, Doyle. Technically winning 4-3. That's true, Franco. And look at this. We've battered them, despite the fact we've not had the possession somehow. We've not had the ball. We've had all the shots. We're losing. Try and explain that to me. Because all the highlights have seemed to be us with the ball, so I don't understand how we're only like 38% possession. Unless we're technically counter-attacking. Warwick. Oh, he scores! The lad scored. Get that clipped. His first goal in red and blue against Benfica in the Stadium of Light. Of course it is. Of course it is. What a finish. Get that clipped. Cracking little finish from the outside of his right foot. See, not nepotism at all. He's there on merit. Correa with a tackle. Berg. Maxo. Grimes back inside. Doyle. Jones. There's Golobovich through. It's Correa. Berg with the corner in. Grimes clears it. De Berg offside. So close. Was that a Rabona for the cross? I thought that as well, Zeep. 21 chances from Crystal Palace, 4 on target, 2 goals disallowed, 3-3, 41% possession, an XG of 2.35. I think we're worthy of a result here. That'll do. That'll do. And look, for not having the ball, we bossed the game. So I don't really understand that. That's good, right? That's good. Do we have the best 40 players in the world at your team? I think we probably do, Nico. I think we've inadvertently done that and just went, we should probably just have the best players in all positions. And more importantly, my son scored. Guess his first goal, you know? Leicester won the league with 31% possession. Fair comment. So we beat Emmen 2-0. We've drawn 3-3 with Benfica. Leverkusen made an offer for Bilbao. We haven't got 17 million quid to spend, have we? I'm not sure why, but FM23 plays at the Woodburn 90% of the time. Oh, don't start that. Don't start that. That's RDF's bugbear, that one. That's like, he will argue until like you're dead about that one. Let's see what he's wanting in terms of wages. I haven't got 90 grand. Nah. And he wants a minimum release clause as well. He's only 5'11". We can't be signing goalkeepers who are 5'11". Do you know what I mean? Mishmara's off to Inter. That's fine. Noah Andrews has gone to Napoli. Ultimately, we're probably going to accept that that's a reasonable decision for him not to be signed by us. John Eustace has taken over at Brentford. Interesting. How many friendlies do we have? We've got 3 more, I believe. 3 more, yeah. Firenze, Sporting, and PTM. Whoever PTM are. Portimonense. So, yeah, just handy to get the fitness up. Find who's working well and who's not. Huddersfield don't want to pay. I almost feel like we should do that. I know it's not going to help our wage budget, but you need to give us something, because there's just too much wages going on here. Kilmarnock can pay for the wages. Jang Jung Min. We can't bring him in just yet. Right, so 9 million quid now then. So we do have enough. We should have enough money for a goalkeeper now, and we've got some money in the wage budget. Let's hang fire for Chambers, I think. See what's flown about. Derby's the Premier League job. I saw a game at Portimonense when I was in the Algarve in '79. They were selling dried squid's legs instead of burgers. Nice. Quite like that. Do we still need a centre back? Probably, because could always do one really. We could maybe get one in loan, I suppose, Franco. But again, I think as with everything, we're now in a pool of players that we are going to struggle with, I think. Try and get those players over the line. Let's bring McDonald out. Let's do that. Let's put Jones out. It sounds right up my street. It's not quite sushi. It's not sushi. You're right. It isn't sushi. So I would question as to why anybody's bothering in that sense. Why would you? Let's go with Valier up front as well. I'd say what, Aquino can start on the bench. We'll have De Berg on there. More likely to get a defender on loan than a keeper. Yes, probably right, Nigel. Right, and I think this might be our last game of this evening. But I'm starting to feel like we might have a half decent opportunity this season, you know? I like how the team's playing. New signings seem to be setting it in nicely. That Benfica game gave us a lot of confidence, actually. To battle back from 3-1 down, 2 goals disallowed. You know, loads of shots, not much possession, but still got ourselves in there or thereabouts. I think we take the positives from that. Absolutely, we do. As we've all agreed, great tackle by Valier. Good save. As we said, when we play the big teams, then we've got to learn how to do this two defensive midfielder system. So, do we play that against Sporting, or do we just get used to attacking? Didn't break a rib doing that. Not yet. He hasn't, Franco. Well, I am now having a quick check. Be like, are your ribs okay, Valier? Like, you know, like in the in the theatre world, of course, they say you'll break a leg, and Valier's just like, come on now. Maybe he's like a big fan of like the Adam and Eve thing, because wasn't it like Eve was made from Adam's rib, apparently. Obviously, I say apparently because it's all made up and none of it's true. Are we still playing Friday again? Yes, we are, by the way. We will be back on Friday, Nico. We had a lovely time. Yeah, it was our 10th wedding anniversary. It was our 10th wedding anniversary this week. So last week, I should say. Sorry. So we went out, had a Valia's off the line. We had a night in a spa hotel, which was really nice and relaxing. Then we had some proper lovely tasting menu as well. So that was great. Really enjoyed that, and we had a lovely night's sleep in an incredibly lovely room. And then at 11 o'clock in the morning, we went back and we picked the kids up, and we came crushing back to reality very quickly. But yeah, it was great. Really good. Krista Berg's through. Maybe there needs to be some sort of mercy rule in friendlies. If we get 12 goals, the game is over. We'd have to play some pretty brutal sides with that, right? Like something like school teams or something. Just absolutely destroy them, make them cry. They've all got to write a letter to their mums. First part sounds good. Back to reality could be better. Yeah, pretty much, Nico. But you know what? It's all fine. Today's reality is involved the builders coming in and ripping the ceilings down from the front room. So that's our new reality. Oh, that's fine. Who's this? This is Doyle, isn't it? Doyle's caught out. We are a bit worried about Doyle in the first team. So it's worth keeping our eyes on him. Nothing better than playing a Welsh side and getting all the strikers to score a hat-trick or two. The problem is, though, just that I've also got the issue that if I play a low side, I have to win, because if I don't, it's just embarrassing. There's the cure at the back post. Krista Berg with the header. The cure with Krista Berg with the corner. The cure with the header. It's going to sound a player called Rick Astley now, and I've got everything. Yeah. Right said Brazilian Fred. Grimes lumps it up top. Valia doesn't quite put himself in. Doyle, Jones, all the way back to the goalkeeper. Excellent. Absolutely right. Doyle, Robertson. Hayes. Robertson. Back for De Berg. Blocked away. You're going to bounce, Nico? Don't you worry about that at all. Pleasure seeing you. We'll see you on Friday. 82 minutes and a 17-0. Yeah, time to bring on the goalkeeper up front. Cleared away by Jones. Blocked. Oof. Cheeky game midweek just before the season starts. All the players scoring pre-goal scoring form. It makes sense, doesn't it? It does make sense. I can understand the benefits of it. Maybe we'll cut the game against Porto Morense or whatever. But then again, I do like the idea of squid legs. So we'll have to see. We might start the league next week on Friday. So that's going to be good. Always going to have a confidence boosting friendly. That is true. Grimes, Warwick just trying to dig the ball over the top. Valia, De Berg with an effort. Oof. Right, let's bring some players off, shall we? Golovich on. Oof, Cambarden again. Throws play rate of 5.3 for them all. Ballet's going to have to come up because he's not doing a very good job at all, is he? This Cambadio's doing decent, isn't he? Murphy out front. Yeah, Vale's having a dreadful game. I do think that is the official definition. He's playing like a twat. Grimes, Jones, good ball in. There's De Berg with the header. He wasn't expecting that, was he? He doesn't know what to do there. That's not his fault. Robertson, De Berg, Warwick, Golubovic, Jones, Robertson, backheeled. I like the idea of it, but uh-oh. Nice play by the cue of that one, eh? Very comfortable. Jones charges through. Seems to get himself lost a little bit. Robertson doesn't know where he's going to go. Here's the chat. Cure. Let's put jelly deals on, shall we? Give him a bit of a run out. Chat, Cure, Warwick, over the top. Murphy misses it. Golubovic has a goal. Berg whips it in. Golubovic misses out. De Berg for Jameson, I reckon. De Berg should have put the ball across straight away. Oh, it's gone in. Challe deals with the effort. In off Murphy. That'll do. 2-2. He's got no idea, no way that Murphy knows anything about that. Not at all. Not at all. Robertson, Murphy. There we go. He knows about that one. He didn't know about the first one, but he knows about that. There we go, 3-2. Keeps his head out for the keeper. Who's Robertson? Robertson's the he was on loan at Huddersfield last season from Liverpool, and he's been on a free transfer. So I was like, let's get him in on a trial. Let's see what he looks like. He's playing pretty decently. He's training the players to come from behind. We've got a bit of spirit in the camp, haven't we? Has Max been in the nightclubs yet? Not yet. Not yet. Robertson looks decent enough. He's on a 7.7. As you say, the players don't seem to know when they're beaten. So that could potentially be a good thing. Back up for Damjanovic, absolutely. There's Golubovic through. There's Murphy, gets a hat-trick. It's going to be disallowed though, isn't it? Yeah. That would have been potentially the scrappiest goal we've ever seen. Because yeah, if he's back up for Damjanovic, 7.6 he's got now, available on a free, then that gives us some options, doesn't it? And he's English as well. No, so he's Scottish, so he's gonna count as a homegrown player, which obviously will help us in the Champions League in next season. There's a young JJ running away. Great cross in. Robertson just let it drop. Should have gone for it. It's a beautiful ball in. It's Robertson's fault, not JJ's. Jones, Robertson, Murphy. Oh, hang on. There's a break on. Oof. Oh, what a finish that was. What a finish that was. I'm going to say Robertson's to blame for that. Little Jameson's cross was perfect. Robertson decides not to go for it. Then it comes all the way down the other end. 3-3. You could argue Jameson's got to take the ball in the corner and not bother putting the cross in, but interesting match. Very interesting match. Again, the game stats are ridiculous. Like, we've got some stupid. We've got like XG of like 3 point something. There's another Cadamartri, Roger Cadamartri. Right, what was the? Let's have a look. What's the? 20 shots, 8 on target, XG of 3.18. Stupid. Andre Prospero, not even real. Fabio Cambardo, not even real. Scored 2 goals. So 2 3-3s. Maybe a goalkeeper is what we need. Possibly. Because we can't keep conceding 3 goals. Can't keep conceding 3 goals. That's going to be tricky. Evening, Bertie. How are you, pal? Hope you're well. Nice to see you. We absolutely need to drop you a follow there. So go and get yourselves following Bertie if you're not already doing so. Free transfer for Phil Freeman. I'm not convinced. Glad to hear you back. 57 million plus Brooklyn McCluskey. 57 million for Z. Free the Freeman, he'll score. I like him, but I don't think he's good enough for what we need now. Like, if we were still in the Championship, I think we'd definitely be getting him in. But I think there's probably better players in our squad right now. That is ridiculous money for Z. I know he doesn't want to go, so that might make that a bit of an easier one. Kilmarnock want Robertson. Let's go in for him, because I think he could be a good backup, actually. Squad player, maybe. There you go, 10 grand. What's up to 17? Fine. Drissa Kamara. We didn't want him after all, did we? We'll decide against that. Right. Let's have a think. Goalkeeper and centre back. That's what we need on Friday. And then we can get the start on the league. And that's going to be cool, because we need to get the league up and running. And then we can start to actually push on and hopefully do quite well with this Crystal Palace side. Because I think there's some decent players here. I think there's a bit of something. We might be all right. We might be. We'll see. We never know. Let's see who's around then, shall we? Let's go and drop some love over to some people who is about tonight. Tell you what, Dill is on a 100 special, so we can go and see Dill. 100 episodes of his stream, or we can go and see. Yeah, let's go and see Dill. We go to Dill quite a bit, but he's great. We like Dill. So right, go and give him some love. Okay, he's one of our boys. You love him, I love him. Go and get it done. We will see you all on Friday. Appreciate all the support again as always, and the love. Take it easy. We will catch you soon. All the best. Bye now.
Oh, are we on sides, Dong Man? Are we on sides? I think we are. I think we are. We gotta get another thin one in. Tony Jameson with the raid. Oh my god, everyone is sending some love. I have to put a hat on. I have to put another hat on.